Sam! Max! How nice to see you! I don't suppose you have any candid photos of little green men feeling frisky, do you?
Huh?
It's my new career. I'm a tabloid publisher specializing in the thoughtful analysis of groundbreaking news of interest to myself and others like me.
What's it called?
The Alien Love Triangle Times.
So you're a publisher now? What happened to psychotherapy?
I've always had a fascination with the suppressed and the sensual, and for telling people too much about both. Publishing the Alien Love Triangle Times is a logical extension of all my previous careers. Except maybe Vatican spokesperson.
Are you doing any psychotherapy on the side?
Only on space aliens.
Guess that narrows your clientele quite a bit.
No, not really.
How about a quick analysis, for old time's sake?
Oh, all right. Think of a number between 1 and 4.
Two.
You have boundless apeirophobia.
What's that?
The usual.
There's nothing like good, hard-nosed journalism.
You said it. It's time to find out the real answers to the real questions.
Like, what did those poor cattle do to deserve that?
No. What do aliens do for romance? Do they love? How do they get their otherworldly thrills?
By playing slots in Keno? That'd explain why they're always seen in Nevada.
Have you learned anything interesting since you started this, magazine?
I learned why Elvis had such an otherworldly voice.
Elvis was not an alien.
Sure he was. He just wore makeup to cover his emerald green skin.
Frankly, Sybil, this project is disturbing, as well as distressingly intimate.
Like seeing Stephen King getting a hot butter massage.
Oh, you saw last week's issue.
Is anybody else an alien that we might not know about?
Dr. Phil.
Well, that goes without saying. Is anybody else an alien that we might not know about?
Yes.
What was it you said about a photo?
My new tabloid, the Alien Love Triangle Times, needs a cover photo of an extraterrestrial biological entity, or alien as the unwashed masses calls them, caught getting cozy with some of the locals.
Sybil, I'd like the record to show that although I support you as a friend, your latest project makes my skin decidedly crawly.
Me too, and I like it.
We'll be back.
Keep watching the supplies. That's nice, Sam, but not quite what I was looking for. Nobody will buy this guy as an alien with that color skin.
Nuts.
Raisins! Where are we going, Sam?
TV studio.
Goody!
Hi, Hugh Bliss.
Hi, I'm Hugh Bliss.
I challenge you to change colors again.
Okay, pick a color. Any color.
It's not easy being green.
Oh, but it is with magic. Ah,
How about another picture, Hugh Bliss?
how about this? Instead of a new picture, we'll just recycle the old one. Save the Earth.
Sure, whatever.
Gather round. Bye.
It's got a falling star on it.
How appropriate.
Sam, this is perfect. This photo is a capstone. It succinctly summarizes over 30 years of extraterrestrial-related photographic evidence.
Sybil, that photo is a hoax.
Exactly. I couldn't have asked for better. Now I can print the paper. Available at newsstands now.
We're famous.
Hooray! Can we begin misbehaving now?
Begin.
Who goes there? Oh, it's you lot!
A little ketchup is always good on a cake.
Where are we going, Sam?
The TV studio.
Goody!
Happy birthday.
Oh boy! Birthday cake! That red frosting looks tasty. Ow! Excuse me. Boy, that was really... really... Time out for number 2!
What the? Darn it! He'd better not be going to see Myra. Well, anyway, we can't wait. We'll just have to finish the show with only 2 judges. Whatever you guys agree on goes.
Vote for me!
Nah.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our next contestant, Sam.
Hello. I'd like to do a little song I call... Love is cream chip beef on toast. Shiny like a new Mylar balloon.
She's the headline, page 1, the Tribune. All the girlies hear me and they salute.
And let's hear from our judges.
Bravo! Your wobbly tenor is way better than Peeper's shrill squawking.
You really nailed that high note! Whoa! And you're less sloppy than my brother is. You got my vote. Hey!
All of the remaining judges have agreed. We have a winner.
Congratulations, Sam. Here's your recording contract.
Specs, I'll get you for this if it's the last thing I do! Right after I get back from Mount Rushmore. Rushmore? I'd better go after him.
I just remembered. I have to feed my goldfish.
Are we still taping?
Be sure to join us next time on Embarrassing Idol.
Yes? Oh, you two again. Well, what is it? You've got the length of one commercial break to explain yourselves.
Remind me what your requirements are for guests on your show?
Of course, dear. I'll need to see your recording contract, a clip from your TV show, and some evidence of a juicy scandal.
If we have our own video game.
Video games? Ugh, those things will ruin your eyes. They're awful.
We do have a recording contract. In Bottom Records. Take a look. You should have us on as guests.
I like my guests to be celebrities audiences are talking about. Have you been embroiled in any juicy scandals lately?
Our landlady thinks I'm the one who broke the dryer in the basement.
Come back when the media is talking about you. And don't forget to wash behind your ears first.
Actually, we graced the cover of the current edition of the Alien Love Triangle Times. How's that for a scandal? You'll have us on your show now, yes?
Oh, I suppose so. If only so I can talk about America's lamentably endless fascination with depravity.
Yay!
Actually, I will expect you to be on your best behavior and agree with everything I say and answer every question I have and don't interrupt and keep your elbows off the table and use your indoor voice.
What about...
While you're on my show, you stay in your seats at all times. You do not interrupt me when I'm talking, and you treat the audience with the utmost respect, even if you become less sure with each passing year that they deserve it. Now, I'll call you on stage in a minute.
Gosh, Max. Celebrity is just a never-ending set of arbitrary goals one accomplishes to appease a dismissive and distracted, if not entirely absent, authority figure.
I don't know if I agree, Sam, but I've begun my decadent slide into a depraved personal hell just in case.
Everyone, Bessie Bovine reading from her new book, The Heart Has Four Stomachs, Ruminations on a Life in Hollywood, out now in all major bookstores. This microphone is starting to spark from overuse, but that doesn't mean we're ready to pack it in. We've got the stars of the not-quite-canceled sitcom Midtown Cowboys, who also happen to be the winner and judge of TV's Embarrassing Idol. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam and Matt.
The hayride, little pal. That bear seems more than slightly hinky, in the mesmeric sense of the term.
Shadier than a fat man's ankles.
Let's take it down like ducks in a gutter.
Hold it! My guests sit at that end.
But that bear has got you.
Sit.
We'll just sit where you want us to, ma'am.
Lovely.
What gives, Sam? Why can't we just grab the bear?
It would appear that the laws of physics are different on the set of a talk show, little buddy. We're gonna have to play along.
Sam and Max, you talented, hot new celebrities who've taken the entertainment world by storm. So naturally, we all want to hear everything about your involvement in the scandal detailed in the Alien Love Triangle Times.
There's something you should know about that picture in the Times.
I'm not sure I want to know anything more. Maybe you big Hollywood types thinks it's funny to flaunt your polyplanetary pickups, but the rest of us find alien love triangles frankly disgusting.
But the photo is not quite what it seems.
How so?
It's not a picture of an alien at all. That's Hugh Bliss.
Bliss? The highly respected founder of Prismatology? Don't be ridiculous. Why, I've had him on my show before, and he certainly isn't green. What are you really hiding?
How much I'm scared of being buffeted by another gust of Hurricane Myra?
Flattery will get you nowhere, mister. I don't know about you, audience, but as a girl, I was taught that flattery was the worst possible way to blah blah blah, yak yak yak. Blah 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 blah, yak yak yak, bloody 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 bloody, yakety yakety bloody,
Humanity's not safe while that mysterious little hypno bear is on the loose.
Are we part of humanity, Sam?
Not technically, but we're in danger too.
Yak, bloody 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 bloody, yakety 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 yak, blah blah blah, blah blah. Blah 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 blah, yak yak bloody 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 bloody, yakety 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 yakety
I'm not touching that
yakety
thing.
yakety
I'd
yakety
probably
yak,
get
blah blah
shocked.
blah, blah blah. Blah 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 blah, yak.
May I have a drink of water?
Are you the host of this talk show?
No.
Then no. Blah 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 blah, yak bloody 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 bloody, yakety 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 yak, blah blah blah.
A second, little buddy.
Now that we're big stars, I'd normally ask that your people call my people to set up a meeting. But since we're old friends...
Blah blah blah, blah blah. Blah 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 blah, yak blah blah.
The real threat here isn't Myra at all. It's that bear.
I know. Nothing that cute should be allowed to exist.
As Myra in some sort of hypnotic thrall.
You made that word up.
Possibly, but that doesn't make it less true.
Blah blah blah, blah blah. Blah 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 blah, yak blah.
We've got to stop this TV program.
Stop it. It's the greatest moment of my deeply superficial life.
Nonetheless, we'll be trapped here forever if we don't do something.
Blah 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 blah.
Unless you take out Myra or that bear or both, you'll never stop it. I say, relax and enjoy the unreal, soul-hollowing ride.
Blah 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 blah, yak bloody 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 bloody, yak.
According to the ultra-strict rules of talk show reality, we're stuck sitting over here, possibly permanently.
At least it's comfortable.
True, but we can't do much from here.
Celebrities don't always have to do things for themselves. They perform and have people do everything else for them.
Blah blah. Blah 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 blah, yak
Never mind.
Then I shall return to the warm womb of manufactured celebrity.
Blah blah blah, blah blah.
Can't we sit over there?
You'll sit where you are and like it, mister.
Yes, ma'am.
Blah 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 blah, yak bloody 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 bloody, yakety 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 yak, blah 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 blah. Ah yes, where were we? I think we were discussing the alien love triangle times and that nasty scandalous affair of yours.
I'd rather talk about our smash hit sitcom, Midtown Cowboys.
Okay, let's talk. You two have become the new breakout stars of a flaccid, dissolute sitcom in its final days. How wonderful for you.
Thanks, we brought a clip.
You certainly did. I had a chance to watch it, and I refused to show it to my audience. It has a shocking joke involving a cow pie. It's a sad commentary on today's culture when the cow pie, once a staple of the American diet, blah 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 blah, yak 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 yak.
I see why Myra only lets big stars on her show.
They're easier targets?
If you're big enough, there still might be something left when she's finished.
Blah 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 blah, yak 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 yak, bloody 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 bloody, yakety 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 yakety.
Humanity's not safe while that mysterious little hypno bear is on the loose.
Are we part of humanity, Sam?
Yak yak yak.
Technically, but we're in danger too.
Yakety 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 yakety. Ah yes. Where were we? I think we were discussing the alien love triangle times and that nasty scandalous affair of yours.
I'd like to sing a song from my upcoming album, Feathers and Furious Scribbling.
I'm almost certain the audience might probably enjoy that.
Pulling at that drifty old hunk of moon. She's at brunch today with some baboon. And so I wrote this extremely catchy tune.
Thank you, Sam, for putting the num back in musical number.
What a wonderful way to remind our audience that you don't have to be talented to be famous. And a perfect segue into my latest tirade about the lamentable state of modern popular music. I mean, blah 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 blah, yak 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 yak, bloody bloody bloody, yakety yak yak yak. Blah 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 blah, yak 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 yak. Ah yes. Where were we? I think we were discussing the alien love triangle times and that nasty scandalous affair of yours.
I'd like to talk about that charming yet mildly insidious-looking bear on your desk. Can I see it?
I don't know, Sam. Can you?
May I see it, please?
No, you may not. And if I may say so, if there's one thing that grills my chicken, it's how our culture is in a state of modal decay. Can is not the same as may. Should is not the same as blah blah blah. Yak blah 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 blue blue blue.
Hopefully she'll be off on her tri-state nagging spree for a while.
Blah 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 blah, yak yak yak. Ah yes. Where were we? I think we were discussing the alien love triangle times and that nasty scandalous affair of yours.
I'd like to talk about me.
I prefer my guests' naked egos to be just a little less naked, dear.
Oh, absolutely, Myra. That's exactly what Reese Butterfingers told me when sniping river rats at Cannes. She thought I had the cool-eyed aim of a professional.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather talk about your alien love triangle shenanigans?
I'd like to talk about myself.
And a project you're working on, perhaps?
You said it, Myra. I am an ongoing project, like a golden calf or a graven image. I'll only rest once people are sacrificing their firstborn unto me. Also, I'd like to direct.
Fame went to your head quickly, dear.
It's a short trip.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather talk about your alien love triangle shenanigans?
Let's talk about you, Myra.
What could anyone want to know about me?
Maybe they'd like to know how honored you are to have me, Max, brilliant actor and acerbic wit, on your show.
Are you sure you wouldn't rather talk about your alien love triangle shenanigans?
I'd like to mention my pal Sam and something that happened the other day.
Anecdotes about other celebrities even ones as dubious as you two, are always welcome.
Well, I was battering this purse snatcher with a broken parking meter and screaming, "Die! Why won't you die?" And Sam said, "You crack me up, little buddy."
The point being,
I crack Sam up.
are you sure you wouldn't rather talk about your alien love triangle shenanigans?
I'd like to say some more about our show, Midtown Cowboys.
I would too. It's disgusting how you openly mock the plight of gallus American landlords. After all, wasn't it a chicken who fought at the battle of blah 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 yak 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 yak? Blah 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 yak 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 bloody 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 yakety 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 yak blah 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 blah.
You look like you could use a shave, Myra.
I never! Blah 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 yak 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 bloody 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 yakety 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 yak blah 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 yak 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 bloody 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 yakety 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 yak blah 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 blah. Blah 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 yak 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 bloody 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 yakety 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 yak blah blah blah.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Blah 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 yak 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 bloody bloody. Ah yes, where were we? I think we were discussing the alien love triangle times and that nasty scandalous affair of yours.
Where did you get that bear, Myra?
It's funny you should ask, Sam. Funny in the way all inappropriate questions are funny. A relentlessly inquisitive culture created a blah 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 yak 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 yak.
That woman cannot get off her high horse about anything.
She'd need a parachute.
Blah 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 yak 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 yak